Could you tell all the Latvian fans where do you come from and how did you start playing basketball?
I'm from a small town called Alpine, Utah, and I started playing basketball when I was 16 years old.
Why?
Because I played American football, and my dad and my brother played American football, and I was going to do that. But then my dad actually asked me as a favor to go try out for the basketball team, and so I did it for him, and I ended up making the team, and I fell in love with basketball.
You're not too big for the American football?
No, that was the thing, is as I got taller, it would have been harder. So, but when I started, I wasn't as tall.
You started, how old were you when you started basketball?
I was 16.
16.
Yeah.
And it was hard to learn to play basketball?
I've played a lot of sports, and so the hardest part was just understanding the game and playing and understanding where everyone's going to be at. But athletically, it was just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. There were a lot of big guys in your team to
Yes,
compete with?
yes. There's 3 teams. There's a sophomore, a JV, and a varsity team. The varsity is the highest, and I made the sophomore team. I was the very last guy, and there was 5 guys that were all over 2 meters, probably 205 centimeters, and I had to compete with all them.
How was the college basketball?
College was good. Since I started basketball late, I wasn't recruited to a lot of colleges, but luckily I got a scholarship offer to Iowa State, and I went there and played 2 years of basketball there, and then I ended up leaving and going to LSU and playing 2 more years there, and it was a great experience.
Mm-hmm. And then you got drafted, yeah?
Yes, and then I left college and I got drafted this past year.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that. What was the situation and why you're now in Europe?
I got drafted in the 2nd round, and I talked with Miami, and they talked with me, and we just decided that this year I would come play overseas, and then I'd come back next year. So this year I'm doing my best to come over here and win and get better and help out the team, and then we'll see what happens.
NBA still is your dream, and was your dream or your dad's dream?
No, it was never my dad's dream. My dad's dream was just to help me in whatever he can. It was always just my dream of just accomplishing things that people thought I couldn't do.
Which NBA team would you like to play? Which is
Miami. Yeah, I'd like to play for them now.
All right. So, how can you say is there a big difference from American, European basketball, and how was to come here and play? It was hard to learn.
There is a big difference. It's the style of play and some of the rules and everything are definitely a big difference. It was difficult in the beginning just because everyone is older and more experienced, and so they know how to play, and I was still trying to learn. But it's slowly, I'm playing a lot better and just understanding the game, the European game, a lot better.
Okay, that's about basketball, but if you talk about people, are they different from American people, European people?
Well, my mother, she's Croatian, and so I've always been over in Europe a lot when I was little, and so for me, Europeans are like I understand them a little bit better, but there's a little difference, but I think everyone in the world has the same kind of dreams and motivations.
Mm-hmm. So now you're in Riga. What was the decision to come here?
When I decided to leave my last club, my agent told me there was a really good team in Latvia, and it was VEF Riga, and so we talked with VEF, and he said it was a great situation, a winning team, a good, solid team in a good city, and so I was more than happy to come to VEF, and I'm loving it so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, how's your relationship with the winter?
The winter's okay. In Utah, it's cold, and so I'm used to the snow. But I was kind of in my college, I went to Louisiana, and so it was hot during the winters, and so I got used to that, and now I'm back in the cold, so it's okay. I can deal with it.
With Cibona Club, you left as a friends, or where was the problem with the documentaries where you didn't play in Euro Cup?
They decided not to release me in time, and so it was with FIBA and them. It's a complicated process, so I'm not sure where I stand with them, but it was very disappointing that I couldn't play Euro Cup, but I'm glad I can play with them with VEF now.
Before you came to Riga, did you know something about this place and this country, or did you learn something about this?
I didn't know a lot about Latvia. Like I said, I've been in Croatia, and so I know more of like Italy and like Southern Europe. But I was just coming with an open mind, and I've been like, I've just been so happy with it. Like, the city is great. How it's set up, it's perfect. Everything I need and want is there. There's so much to do, and so I've just been happy with it.
And how do you feel in the free team? Every game better and better, right?
Yeah, like I think we're a great team. There's a lot of people, a lot of great players on the team, and so I just wanted to come in and help where I can. And we have a great coach, and he has a great knowledge of the game, and so I just wanted to come in and help. But the team is a great team.
When you came, you spoke with the coach. What did he say? What does he expect from you, and what will be the role in the team?
He just told me he hopes that I will contribute to the team. They just want me to play hard and do everything right. And so I just try to live up to that expectation and just make sure I'm doing everything they want and help win games.
Which of the players of the team you have the best relations?
Well, me and Will and EJ, like we're both All-Americans, and so we like understand where each other come from. Me and Will actually have the same agent, and so we have a common ground there. And then like Antanas, we both played in the same basketball conference in the Big 12, and so I relate with him there. And so there's like everybody on the team has been great, and so it's nice.
Was it hard to learn the systems? You came here, and there are a lot of systems in this team.
Yeah, in college I played for coaches that had a lot of systems, and so I knew that there's a lot to it. But from Cibona to here, there's a lot more plays, and so it's been hard to, since the guys have been together for the whole year, it was hard to understand the different plays and everything. But now I'm getting a hang of it, and the coaches have been great, and the players have been great helping me.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What can we achieve in the VTB League this season?
I think the sky's the limit. When we're playing our best basketball, there's no team I think that can beat us. And so right now we have our goals of the Final Four, and I think we can achieve those goals as long as we keep playing together and listen to coach.
If we talk about your free time, what do you do, for example, in Riga, or what are your hobbies and something like that?
For my free time, I actually like to work out even more. I lift weights, and I enjoy working out a lot. But in spare time, I like going to restaurants and trying different foods in different restaurants around Riga. I try to catch a couple movies here and there, and I've only been here a little while, so just driving around Riga, just seeing everything, it's been nice.
Are you waking up at the nights to see Miami games?
Occasionally, I value my sleep, so I try to get as much as I can, but I'll catch a couple games here and there.
How do you hear the Latvian language, and how do you think it's very hard for you to understand?
The language is pretty hard for me. I know a little Croatian, and so I thought I was going to come here and know a little bit, but turns out it's a lot different. And so I catch a few words that are kind of similar to Russian, but for me, it's difficult.
You said you're watching sometimes what's going on with the Miami Heat team.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still catching up with American football?
Yeah, when the season was in, I was able to watch some games and everything, and so I was able to watch the Super Bowl and everything. So it was good.
How's in Cibona? In arenas, there were full arenas or no for the spectators?
No, the arena wasn't that full. We didn't have a great year, and so it wasn't as full. But VEF has been great. The fans are great and loud, and so it's fun playing there.
How do you feel the difference when you played in college? They're full of the arena, the emotions very high. Then you come to Latvia. A lot of people come, but not very so full and not so big emotions.
Yeah, you definitely have to create your own emotion in the game. In college, you're playing in front of a full arena that are screaming, and so you kind of feed off that emotion. But then here, sometimes there's not as many people, but from my experience, even if there's not as many people, if they're a good crowd, and you still get the energy from them, and so it's fun.